Greg, thanks for coming back on the Casey Catch Up. I know you're gearing up for the weekend of racing over in France, and conditions look insane. Like it looks like as good as you could have hoped for.
Yes, exactly. The last few weeks, the forecast was just really playing with us, like saying no wind, and we were like, but we knew there was a low pressure somewhere coming up, and it's definitely coming for this weekend.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to like the forecast. I guess I saw was, normally like there's the colors. It's purple. Yeah. It's purple in color, which is crazy windy.
Yeah. It's going to be super windy. Unfortunately, there is also, because it's a very a low pressure coming from northwest, a big one. There is a big swell coming up as well. So because of this, I think we might not be able to go into open ocean, because it's going to be like out of control. Like it's a 5-meter swell, 15 seconds period. For here, it's a big period, and for the safety boat, it's going to be too hard to handle. But still, because it's very windy, we have some really good bay run.
Yeah.
So we're going to play in the bay run, I think, for the 2 first days, but hopefully on Sunday we'll go into open ocean.
Awesome.
That's the plan.
Yeah. So maybe for those that are listening along, and they'll probably listen to this after the race happens, but maybe explain to people what's happening in France, in Brittany, you're local, that a lot of people have come over, and some big names.
Yeah, so it was 2 years ago, we organized a French championships, Downwind. We were like 15 racers. It was good. And last year we couldn't do it, but we wanted to do it this year. Amaury, who is in charge. So we talked about it, and we got the green light from the city, from the French Federation, and then we started to work on it. And I don't know, because right now downwind foiling is so trending. I guess with what happened also in Hawaii, I don't know. We just like I send you an invitation actually to tell you what was going on, and I don't know, like somehow like all the guys from Hawaii said, okay, we're coming. Oscar from Australia said, okay, I'm coming. Okay, so then when somebody shows up, there's everybody's So now we were thinking to be like maybe 30 people, and now we are like 55, maybe 60.
Wow, so that's even bigger than more people than turned up for Molokai to Oahu.
And I think it's like half French and half foreigner, like people from Germany, Holland, Portugal, Spain, Australia, California, from everywhere. Hawaii, Tahiti.
Yeah, Tahiti too. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool. And Spain, I know Xavi has driven up for it. I was chatting to him the other day. Yeah.
Xavi and Albert, they arrived yesterday night, actually.
Yeah. No, it's going to be really interesting to see how it unfolds, and explain the format. It's not just one downwind race. It's like 3 or 4 days of downwind, right?
So we have 3 days scheduled: Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we have 10 boats for safety.
Wow.
So, and for the 3 days, and we have all the authorization to go everywhere in this area, bay run and open ocean. So no matter how the wind blows, we have all options. And so if it's windy the 3 days, we run the 3 days. And at the end, we will combine the timing and do an overall winner.
Nice. Yeah. I'm excited to hear how it goes, and I'm not going to lie, I'm super jealous I'm not there. And you invited me like 6 months ago probably, and I was like, just the schedule got a bit busy this time of year. I go to Western Australia in 2 weeks. I've just been to Vanuatu 1 week ago, so it was just a small window. But right now, I'm wishing I fit it in. especially with the forecast.
And the vibe is really good because many people showed up like a couple days ago, like Jack Ho, all the guys from Germany, like Foil Only that you record
Lucas,
podcast. Lucas. So lots of people, like really good vibe, and so we had some fun downwind 2 days ago. We kind of light, and yesterday we had a good one. So yesterday it was interesting because some crew with Olivia and other guys, Oscar, they went on the open ocean downwind.
Yeah.
But it's a long drive shuttle, so you need a driver.
Yeah.
But I saw the footage; it looked epic.
Well, I saw it too. It looked insane.
And because we didn't have a shuttle, so we just did the bell run. But yesterday the bell run, it was blowing like 35 knots.
Oof.
And it was like the gorge. That's what people said. And it was really interesting. It was fast as well. But we were like, I think 20 people on the bell run yesterday. Yeah. And for me, the guy to look up is what's his name? The Tahitian guy, Reairi.
Okay. Yeah.
You know him. He did the sixth at the Molokai, I think.
Yep. He had I remember hearing he had a bit of took a bit of a bad course. But yes, there was the Tahitian dark horse.
I saw him yesterday. He was like super. He was actually riding the bumps, sitting down. He was doing huge carve. He was just playing, and other people like me, including, were just like trying to keep up and super concentrate, And him, he was just like.
What equipment is everyone riding? Like what size foils and brands and that sort of stuff?
So this year it's funny because 2 years ago it was all Takuma, and this year it's lots of Axis gear, lots of F1.
Yep.
Lift, lift, not many actually, but for example, and then. Couple code foil, couple signature, couple mostly I think Axis. There is a big presence from Axis.
I know Axis just released the ART Pros and great downwind foils, and I'm sure looks like they got a fair bit of their team over there.
And Armstrong as well, of course, guy like the Armstrong team,
Yeah.
So it's good. Like almost all the brands are here.
Yeah.
So,
no, I'm stoked you're over there.
Like I know the guy from F1. They just got the new prototype thing, like more like high aspect.
Yeah.
I think it's a new Eagle. Like it's more like a 12 aspect ratio.
Yeah.
And most people ride between I think 700 to 1,000 centimeter square.
Yeah. Okay. So pretty small, really. Yep. Yes. Everyone's racing. It'll be interesting to see. My personal experience in marginal conditions is it turns into a bit of a pumping race. But if conditions are like they are, even in day runs, big purple winds, it's going to come down to who reads it the best, and it's not so much pumping, it's holding on.
And it's about also being able to catch the bump in the front, like try to speed up and also it depends because those runs, they can be a little bit protected at the start.
Yeah.
At the end, it can be a little bit flat, depend of the wind direction. So maybe some people will decide at the last moment which wing to choose.
What sort of distance are we talking for each of the runs? Like, and how many runs do you think you'll be doing? Like just one run per day? And
I think the plan for tomorrow is to do a 15-kilometer run.
Yeah.
I think on Saturday we have two options. Maybe it's going to be a 20, the same run but longer.
Mm-hmm. Or
maybe we can do, if we have time, maybe we can do twice 15. I don't know yet.
Yeah.
And on the Sunday, this is the one I'm most excited about, it's open ocean run, and it should be a 25K.
Oof. Nice. I like that. It's like, I guess you're planning 15, 20, 25 or 15, 15, 15, 25. And I guess the open ocean run's going to depend on how the swell subsides or doesn't, you know.
It should be good because it's going to be not going to be as big. So it should be the perfect size.
Yeah.
For at least for everybody to make the run. Because it's really different. Like, for example, yesterday it was blowing super hard, but on the bear run, everybody made it, and pretty much at the same time. Like, no big difference between the first and the last.
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe everybody in the same 5 or 6 minutes.
Yeah, well, close.
But when you play in open ocean, it can be like 30 minutes between the first and the last.
Yeah, or even longer. Yeah, the open ocean really is the deciding factor, and I hope you guys have a good run on the open ocean, because it could all be very close for the first 2 days, and then open ocean, someone who was coming towards the end could potentially win.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not in charge of the organization, but that's what I think. For me, it's more fair if we do the timing combined.
Yeah.
Because it can be a big difference between if you only take the placing, it's not the same as the timing, I think.
Yeah, and I agree. I think the time is it'll make everyone race a bit differently too, I think, you know, because say on the bay run, if you choose to use a small foil, you could lose lots of time, or you could make up some time. But you're going to take a safer option, I guess, is what I would think. You don't want to lose lots of time if there's the ocean run the last day. So I like the format. I think it's really cool, and it really makes it like a festival of downwind foiling, which is really what it's all about.
Yep. And no, it should be really, really fun. But I'm a little bit worried about the 55 people lined up and taking off at the same time.
Yes, seriously.
I heard in Hawaii it was fine, and like for the Maliko run, you were like a lot, like 60 or 70.
Oh, there were lots, and in Hawaii we had wingers as well, which was even more like difficult, because the wingers are taking different angles to the subfoilers. I think it'll be fine as long as you have enough space at the start line. In Hawaii, the start was like from Maui to Molokai for the Padlamua, the Maliko run, and Molokai to Oahu. I think the shortest start line was like 200 meters long, but then the longest was like almost a kilometer long. You know, for Maui to Molokai, it was a very stretched out line, and there was plenty of space for sure.
Yeah, I guess we'll see.
Yeah, time will tell. Yeah, it'll time will tell for sure. What foil are you gonna be using, Greg? I know you've been trying out some of the new ones.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's been very quiet lately. Like, it's just starting blowing like this week, so I couldn't really test all the gear.
Yeah.
Right now I'm a little bit undecided which one I should take. Like, actually, I just got out the water just to do a quick test run, and I might go on the 850S.
Yeah.
Because that's the one I'm using the most in the surf.
Mm-hmm.
So I know how it react.
Yeah.
I know I can trust if I go fast. I can trust if I go slow. I know for me, I think it's a very trusty wing. So I might choose this one, because the 770 yesterday I had some really good sensation on it, but it looks like I can't really do exactly what I want. Like, for example, if I need to turn because the bump is steeper and I need to adjust my line, or if someone crosses in front of me, I might lose my balance. So I don't know. I think I'm not used to it.
Yeah, it takes some time to dial in. The higher aspect foils, you know, in general, they're not as stable. as like the lower aspect stuff. You get the extra glide, but
actually on those bay run, I don't think like you don't really need those extra glide.
No, I agree. Yeah, when the bumps are really good, when it's 30 knots plus, I've done my fastest ever runs on the S series. Yeah,
you have the glide or you have the speed, and what I think what matters most is the control you get.
Yeah,
the control,
I agree.
And the fact that you can really push and go for it and trust your line and trust your positioning on the board. And if you get unstable, then you are not comfortable and you don't go fast.
Yeah, 100%. You got to stick to what you know, and you've used the 850 more. Sounds like that's the decision.
But I'm checking the the tracking number because the 860 is on the way, and it should arrive tomorrow.
Oh, fingers crossed! Because if it doesn't arrive tomorrow, then it'll arrive after the race.
So I asked my wife, okay, tomorrow don't miss the the delivery guy. Pick the 860 and bring it to me on Saturday.
yeah, seriously.
But I don't know if I will use it. I don't know actually. What do you think? What's the difference between the 770 and the 860? Like
well, the 770.
End,
the 770. When I first used it, it was the only, I guess, highest of the R series we had, and I used it a lot, and I felt like I could use it in all conditions. Speed range just over 3 minutes, down to like I've gone as fast as 149 or something on it. Super fast. Like it can go quick, but there's a speed that the foil generally likes to run at, and with the 150 AR or even with the 142 AR tail, it seems to be around the 210 to 220 sort of mark. That's where it's comfortable. If you push it on a really big bump, it can go faster, close to like 2 minutes or under, but you've got to push it. If you relax a little, it likes to sit around that 210, 220 in good conditions. And bad conditions, obviously it can get comfortable up to 250. And then when it gets to 3 minutes, 255 to 3 minutes, you got to pump it a bit more. The 860, the fastest I've got that going is 159. Again, scary going that fast on that bigger foil because it's not. It's got a big range, but it's much more comfortable, like I guess around the 230 mark. But again, it can be pushed. And the advantage, like this is the foil I use for Molokai, the advantage of using a slightly bigger foil for a race like Molokai is that the start was quite flat. The middle wasn't even that windy this year, but we had big swells, and it could hang on to those big swells just because it's so high aspect, but it was, gripping on with my toes. But then the main advantage was the upwind at the finish, and I could go like everyone was doing. Basically not able to paddle into the wind or foil into the wind. And on the 860, I could, because it was happier going like 3 to 330 than compared to the 770. So if it's like purple winds, I probably wouldn't be using the 860R. It's because especially if it's windy from the start to the finish. But if it's a funny start or a funny finish, and you're looking at 770 or 860, you don't lose much ground between the 860 and the 770. You have to push the 860 a bit harder, but it can go as fast as the 770. I actually did a bunch of testing when I was over in Hawaii, and just before Molokai, and I did 2 runs back to back, a little bit further upwind from Maliko because it was more open ocean conditions, and I did the exact same course. Back-to-back run, so it wasn't perfect testing, but it was as good as I could do because it was only just me at that time. And I actually went faster on the 860 than I did the 770 for the same, actually with less wind. It was less wind the second run. So because the glide of the 860, it allowed me to have less downtime. It's like I was always maxed out. There was no time that I had to pump. So for a race like Molokai, it's 52 kilometers. That's a really good thing. But I think for shorter races that are under 25 kilometers, then I'd probably go towards the 770 because I can work that little bit harder for half the time. But 3 days of racing, maybe you think about using it on the light day. But I think if I was you, I'd be looking at the 850 or the 770 by the sounds of things.
Yeah, that's like tomorrow we don't know because the wind is coming, but it's coming in the afternoon, so we don't know what time it's gonna blow. So tomorrow it's you don't know what to, because it's like 15K, it's short.
Yeah, it is short.
So you don't want to miss the start.
Yeah.
So we'll see. And also because it's a bear run, it's into a kind of how you say that, when the ocean water goes into the land.
Yeah.
So it's not like a river, but it's it's a bit. So it goes. You have current involved also.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
So depend of the tide. If the tide is coming or going down, you might have some current and up current. So it's tricky.
For sure. The other thing I'll say is, I'm not sure if you've tested it much, but the 850 compared to the 770, you'd think the 770 was smaller because the numbers, but the 770 is going to lift earlier than the 850S. 770R.
I found the 770 like kind of powerful.
Yes. Yeah.
You have to. I find like you have a good front footed. I had to really push on my front foot to handle it. It was like
it's got some lift. Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see.
I'm excited to hear all the different combinations of gear that people use, because I know that the Axis guys. Edo used a really small foil for Molokai. It'd be interesting to see what he uses over there. And then, Oscar, it'd be interesting to see what Oscar uses, and all the guys.
Yeah, Oscar on one run, he was really light. He had a prototype 930 centimeters square, like really high aspect, but not small, like 900 something.
Yeah. Oscar and I both sort of use the same tactic at Molokai, in that we prefer to be overfoiled than underfoiled.
Yeah.
So. So maybe he's going for the same strategy.
Yeah, then and we have also coming. We have Tom Constant coming. So
cool.
he's gonna be fast if he doesn't break his paddle, or if he doesn't get sick, or he's always one of the best. But every time something happens, so hopefully for him everything will be good. And because he's fast. So
and I'm curious to see how the Tahitian fella goes. And what gear is he on?
Lift.
Yeah.
Lift 110.
Nice.
New one. He said it's a little bit thicker.
Yeah. Zane was just testing that here the last few days too. He was saying, So interesting. Interesting to see how they go, because all the brands have worked on lots of stuff since Molokai.
Yeah, you have Jack with the new F1. We have one guy from a friend of mine, actually, Jan Kilfen, he's my age, so he's not young. He has improved a lot lately, and he's really fast on the F1 gear as well. He might do some damage, I think.
Yeah, right. Okay. Few dark horses.
Yeah.
And what about you? How do you think you're going to go?
I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see on the combine. I think it's going to be really tight for the Friday, Saturday on the bear run. Like I think maybe 20 people can be pretty much on the same minute almost.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And then I think in open ocean is gonna be different.
Yeah.
Because the line is different, the bigger swell, but on the bear run, pretty much everybody goes the same line. It's gonna be a lot of work also, like kind of cardio.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. But if it's blowing really hard, it's gonna get technical. So maybe we'll see if I can manage to do something.
Maybe you should do a bit of an unofficial race. And I've talked about it before, but like a king of the cutback, where you've got to, you have who can do the most distance at the highest speed, because I'm worried that the foil racing is going to become, like you said, just cardio. You know, pumping, pumping, up and over. And I think we've got to find a way to avoid that. And
I don't know how exactly. Yeah,
no, it's very difficult.
It's difficult, especially with 50 people. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, that's why it's good. I think it's good to have a multiple race, even if they are short. So at least also we can try different gear. Maybe I'm gonna play safe with one foil I know very well, and then maybe I try something different and see what happens. If I have nothing to lose, and I won't win. So maybe they should do a master class.
I was going to ask, are there age groups?
Age group, it's not. Maybe they will. If we'll see.
Yeah, if there's enough.
It would be nice for us. But okay. Let me just go in my van because I'm going to work right now.
Yeah, I was going to say. I know that you.
While everybody, so we have a good group chat with everybody. So I think they are on a downwind right now. I have to work, but it's good because I need to rest a little bit. So
yeah, smart. Yeah. A little bit of a taper.
And you know what we say? We always say, don't do the race before the race.
It's good advice. No one cares who won the run before the race.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'll leave you to it, Greg. But thanks for your time, and maybe we can try to catch up after all the racing's done, and we get a bit of a recap. But
there will be plenty of
stories.
Good stories. Yeah. And also you can catch up with other guys. I think for them it's good because they are very enjoying the culture. It's very different, obviously, than where they live.
Yes.
So I think it's good. I think they will really enjoy the trip.
Yeah. No, I think that's guaranteed. You get a bunch of foilers together just to add wind, and there's going to be big smiles.
Yeah. It's and I know Simeon is arriving tonight.
Yeah,
so it's gonna be a little bit late for him to really try the run before, but we'll see. You will see. Huh?
Yeah, I saw in one of the Instagram posts he was, he's with his family in Paris by the looks of things, and I think he was a bit upset that he planned that when he saw the conditions yesterday.
Yes, yesterday the open ocean run, I did it a couple of weeks ago, and it's a really good one.
Yeah, it looks crazy.
Not only the condition, but also the scenery. It's a big cliff. It's a small ladder to go into the protected area to paddle. And then it's all cliff, so no exit. You have to go. You cannot go back.
Yeah.
It's kind of wild. But it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
I really hope we can do it on Sunday.
Yeah. Now, fingers crossed.
And also, so there will be a live.
Oh yeah.
So you will be able to follow the race.
Awesome. Well, maybe send me the link, and I'll post it with the podcast, so those that are listening along, we can make sure we can view it as it's happening.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, I can wait. I'm excited.
Yeah. Oh, good luck, Greg. Okay. I'll let you get to work, and good luck this weekend. Enjoy, and I look forward to following along.
We'll catch up later, and I will tell you.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
See you, mate.
Bye.
Bye.